Chapter 1. The day everything changed. It begins like any other day. People wake up. Phones buzz. Coffee machines hum. Traffic builds. Markets open. And then, something shifts. At first, it's just headlines. Border tensions escalate. Military movement confirmed. Emergency UN meeting scheduled. Most people scroll past it. They've seen this before. Warnings, threats, politics. Nothing ever really happens. Until this time, it does. Within hours, governments start issuing statements. Flights are grounded in certain regions. Stock markets drop sharply. Social media explodes with speculation. Then comes the first real sign. Missile systems activated. Defense networks on high alert. Satellites begin tracking unusual movements. Military bases go into lockdown. And suddenly, this isn't just news anymore. This is the beginning. World War III has started. No official declaration, no dramatic speech. Just a series of calculated moves that spiral out of control faster than anyone can stop. Countries choose sides almost instantly. Alliances that have existed for decades are activated within minutes. NATO mobilizes. Russia responds. China watches, then moves. India strengthens its borders. The Middle East ignites like dry fuel waiting for a spark. The world divides. Not slowly, not gradually, but instantly. And the scariest part? There's no turning back. Chapter 2. The first strikes. The first attacks don't look like war. There are no soldiers on beaches, no tanks rolling through cities. Instead, the war begins silently. Cyberattacks. Power grids fail across entire countries. Hospitals lose electricity. Air traffic systems go offline. Banking systems freeze. Money disappears. People rush to ATMs. Nothing works. Chaos begins quietly. Then spreads rapidly. Within hours, major cities around the world are in confusion. No communication. No internet. No reliable news. Only rumors. And fear. Then comes the next phase. Precision strikes. Military bases are hit first. Airfields destroyed. Radar systems wiped out. Command centers targeted. These are not random attacks. They are calculated, efficient, brutal. Each move designed to cripple the enemy before they can respond. But they do respond. Missiles are launched in retaliation. Naval fleets engage. Fighter jets fill the skies. Now it's no longer silent. Now it's war. Explosions begin to echo across continents. Borders turn into battle zones. Cities near military targets become collateral damage. And civilians become part of the war whether they want to or not. Because in modern warfare, there is no safe distance, no safe zone, no escape. Chapter 3. The global collapse. Within days, the world starts breaking. Supply chains collapse almost instantly. Food stops moving. Fuel becomes scarce. Supermarkets empty within hours. People panic. Fights break out over basic necessities. Water becomes more valuable than money. Governments try to control the situation. Curfews are imposed. Martial law is declared. But fear spreads faster than authority can contain it. Cities begin to shut down. Transportation halts. Factories stop production. Entire economies freeze. And then comes the psychological collapse. People realize this isn't temporary. This isn't something that will be over in a week. This is something much bigger, something much worse. Families begin to prepare for survival. Some try to leave cities. Highways become parking lots. Millions try to escape at once. But there's nowhere to go, because the war isn't in one place. It's everywhere. Borders close. Airspace is restricted. Travel becomes impossible. The world becomes a cage, and everyone is trapped inside it. At the same time, governments begin prioritizing one thing above all else: military dominance. Resources are redirected. Civilian needs become secondary. Because in war, survival of the nation comes first, even if it means sacrificing everything else. And for ordinary people, life as they knew it is already gone. Chapter 4. The turning point. At this stage, the war reaches a dangerous equilibrium. No side is winning. No side is backing down. Every move is matched with retaliation. Every strike answered with another. And the longer this continues, the closer the world moves toward something far worse. Because there is one line that, once crossed, changes everything forever. Nuclear weapons. For days, leaders deny it. We are committed to de-escalation. We seek peaceful solutions. But behind closed doors, preparations begin. Nuclear submarines move into position. Missile silos are activated. Strategic bombers are deployed. The weapons that were built as deterrents now become options. And the terrifying truth is, once one is used, there is no going back. Tensions rise to a breaking point. A critical strike hits a major power. Thousands killed. Military infrastructure destroyed. The response is immediate. And this time, it's different. Warning systems detect something. Missiles launched. Not conventional. Nuclear. The first nuclear strike of World War III has begun. And in that moment, humanity crosses a line it can never uncross. Chapter 5. The Nuclear Nightmare. The first nuclear explosion is unlike anything most people can imagine. A blinding flash, brighter than the sun. For a split second, everything is silent. Then comes the heat. A wave so intense it vaporizes everything within its immediate radius. Buildings disappear. People vanish. Not injured. Not killed in a way we understand. Just gone. Then the shockwave hits. Everything still standing is torn apart. Glass turns into deadly projectiles. Structures collapse instantly. Miles away, people are thrown to the ground without understanding what just happened. And then, the mushroom cloud rises, towering into the sky, a symbol of destruction humanity hoped never to see again. But that's only the beginning. Radiation spreads, invisible, deadly. It contaminates air, water, soil. People who survive the blast begin to suffer. Burns that don't heal. Sickness that worsens by the hour. The environment itself becomes toxic. And the world watches. Because once one nuclear weapon is used, others follow. Retaliation becomes inevitable. More launches. More explosions. Cities across the world become targets. Not military bases anymore. Entire populations. Wiped out in minutes. And suddenly, the war is no longer about winning. It's about survival, or what little of it remains. Chapter 6. The Fall of Civilization. After the nuclear exchanges, the world is unrecognizable. Major cities are gone. Governments are fragmented. Communication is nearly impossible. The global system that held everything together no longer exists. Electricity is gone in most places. Technology becomes useless without infrastructure. Satellites are damaged or destroyed. The internet is dead, and people are left with one reality: survive or die. Food becomes the most valuable resource on Earth. Not money, not gold, food and water. Communities begin to form. Some cooperate, others fight. Law and order collapse. In many areas, survival becomes brutal. Desperate people do desperate things. Trust becomes rare. Danger becomes constant. At the same time, something even more terrifying begins. The climate changes. Nuclear explosions send massive amounts of smoke and debris into the atmosphere. Sunlight is blocked. Temperatures drop. Crops fail. This is known as nuclear winter. And it doesn't just affect one country. It affects the entire planet. Even regions untouched by bombs begin to suffer. Starvation spreads globally. Ecosystems collapse. Animals die. Oceans change. The Earth itself begins to struggle. and humanity realizes something too late. This war didn't just destroy nations, it may have destroyed the future. Chapter 7. Who survives? Survival in this world is not random. It follows harsh, unforgiving rules. Those closest to major targets have the lowest chances. Cities become death zones. Radiation, destruction, lack of resources. Almost impossible to survive long term. Those in rural areas have better odds. Less immediate destruction. Access to natural resources. But even they are not safe. Radiation travels. Climate changes affect everyone. Food shortages reach everywhere. Then there are the prepared. Governments with underground bunkers. Military shelters. Private survival facilities built by the ultra-wealthy. These places become the last strongholds of structured survival. But even they have limits. Supplies run out. Systems fail. Isolation becomes a new challenge. Because survival isn't just physical. It's mental. Living in a destroyed world changes people. Hope becomes rare. Fear becomes constant. And the question shifts from, how do we survive, to, is this survival even worth it? Chapter 8. The New World. Years pass. The war ends. Not because anyone wins, but because there's nothing left to fight over. The survivors emerge into a world that feels alien. Cities are ruins. Nature begins reclaiming what was lost. Silence replaces the noise of civilization. Small groups of humans rebuild. Slowly. Carefully. Without the systems they once depended on. Knowledge becomes the most valuable asset. Farming. Medicine. Engineering. Basic survival skills. The new world doesn't run on technology anymore. It runs on resilience. But the scars remain. Radiation zones. Uninhabitable regions. Lost generations. Stories of what happened, passed down as warnings. Because the greatest tragedy of World War III isn't just the destruction. It's the realization that it was preventable, that humanity had everything it needed to avoid it. And still, it happened. And now, the survivors live with one truth. This is what the end of the world looks like. Not instant, not dramatic, but slow, painful, and permanent.